Okay, hello. Welcome to Introduction to the Visual Arts. Today I'm going to show you how to make the Jackson Pollock drip painting. I'm just using some leftover paint that I found in the garage, but you can use your little kits. They'll work just fine for this. And I have two paintbrushes, and as you'll notice, I'm stirring up my paint with the handle of my paintbrush. For this project, you don't want to touch your paper with your paintbrush, and you don't want to use the bristle end. Now, a paintbrush is actually made up of three parts. This is the handle, this is the ferrule, and these are the bristles. And it depends on the kind of brush you have, depends on the ferrule, the shape of the ferrule. This is kind of a long, flat ferrule, so this brush is called a flat. If this ferrule were round, your paintbrush would be called a round. Usually you use round paintbrushes for softer paint and flat paintbrushes for paint that's harder. Now, that's just a little aside. So use your paintbrush, just use the handle. And then what you want to do is make sure your paint is kind of liquid and all stirred up. And then what you want to do is you just want to use your paintbrush and you just want to splat your paint on your palette paper. And so Jackson Pollock, he thought he was interested in the surrealists, and the surrealists thought that everybody likes to make a certain mark, and that you keep repeating that same mark over and over, even if you don't know that you're making the same mark. I didn't realize that is the way it was either until I was in graduate school, and one of my professors looked at one of my paintings and said, "Look, you are making this particular mark in your paintings over and over again." And even to this day, even though that was 20 years ago, now when I look at my paintings, I can still see the same mark. So after you have your splatters down, and then you can do a couple of things. You can turn your paper if you want to, and then you can go with a different color. Now, the only control that you're going to have here is how hard you whip the paint off your brush, and you also have the control in what colors you choose. And some people, they really like to put many, many layers on here, and some people put fewer layers on here. So that really is up to you. I'm just trying not to get it on my clothes. So this is quite messy, so you want to make sure that you have newspaper down and something down on your on the floor if you're gonna do it on the floor. Sometimes students like to do this on the floor, or you can just do it on the table. So you can, now you saw how I did it. I just whipped the paint on, and then you kind of get this kind of abstracty looking painting. Now I can keep going with different colors and different layers, or I can stop at about 3 or 5 different layers. That's totally up to you. So this is just a very quick way in how to create your Jackson Pollock drip painting. This should be very much fun, and it should be somewhat therapeutic. Thank you for your attention. Till next time.